Hi, I'm Bowling Guy.
And I'm Lucy Sandwich.
And welcome to
the BS on the Internet.
Hi.
Hello.
It's been another one of those weeks.
Oh my God, you guys. We had the week from hell.
It was, yeah.
We lost power. We'll talk about this on the stream that is going to be up tomorrow, but by the time this goes up, it will have already happened.
Yes.
But we, oh my gosh, had the worst. Like, our power went out for about 2 days.
Yes.
And we went to my parents and like, they said they were going to turn on the power at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then they changed it to like 2 days ahead of time.
Yeah, to do
it was,
more than almost 3 days later.
Yeah, almost 3 days later. So we just got back today, and we're so tired, and we're all like off. You know what I mean? And we had to throw away a whole bunch of stuff in our fridge. It was terrible.
A lot of food went bad.
But yeah, I know, we lost
everything
a lot
in the
of food.
freezer melted.
You know what? Like, my parents told me to bill the electric company. And I was like, I feel like kind of dicky.
They didn't cause a storm.
What are they going to do?
You know, and they were like, those guys are out there all freaking day.
They were.
For days.
I know.
Just turning people back on.
I know.
I'm not about to like punish them for that.
I know. My parents were like, get reimbursed. You know? And I was like, oh.
I know the whole get what you can get thing.
Like,
I
really
can't usually do the get what you can get thing.
Yeah,
you know, like I feel like I have to have a reason for it.
Yeah, because they really did bust their butt out there, because we had trees falling and all kinds of stuff.
Thankless job during storms.
It's crazy.
You know,
yeah,
everyone's supposed to do it faster. These guys are working their butts off.
Yeah, them and like emergency personnel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The hospitals and all those guys. You know, they really bust their butts. So I tip my hat to you guys.
But we did have to deal with it, and we're quickly realizing I think we need to invest in a generator because we missed a stream.
Oh,
we were supposed to do a stream once. That was your stream or Soul stream, and we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And we were afraid we would have to miss filming this episode because it's Friday night now, and it came back on today. It wasn't scheduled to come back on until tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
So we got a
midnight.
whole day bonus, whole day and a half.
Yeah.
So we don't have to miss tomorrow's stream either. We were worried about missing that. So fortunately, we only missed one stream.
Right.
But still, it's like, come on. I mean, like,
which I will make up next week.
Yes.
I'll make sure to put something up
we'll
so
have
you guys know what
an
we're
extra
talking
stream.
about.
So we have the middle of the week stream and another stream.
Right. But that didn't stop the world from turning. And there was a lot of things on the internet that we need to talk about. And I'm worried that they're going to be time consuming. So we'll try and keep this short because there were several things.
We're really good at not talking for a long time.
I know.
But, you know.
Oh my God, shut up. But they, so we're going to try and get to as much as we can because a lot like to discuss.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, a lot of talk things.
All right.
A lot of talk things. Okay, so last week we talked about the whole idea that the White House is going to meet with the gaming industry and talk about violence in video games, which I'm not sure they didn't even know it was going to happen at the time. I remember they came forward, the ESA, I think it was, came forward and said, we haven't heard anything from anybody. Like, they made this announcement, they're going to meet next week, and I don't even know if it's actually going to happen or if it did happen.
Right.
But apparently, in order to push this agenda here, and to recap, they're doing that because everyone's upset about another school shooting, having a lot of conversations about gun violence.
Right.
At least this time the conversation is continuing. It's still happening, hasn't gone away yet. And some people are turning down funding from the NRA. So there's things that are actually happening in the world after seeing so many of these and just nobody was talking about it anymore.
Florida passed some gun legislation yesterday, I think, and the NRA is suing them to try and reverse the legislation.
And some politicians stopped receiving donations from NRA.
Right.
So it's carrying a little bit more this time, but now the White House wants to throw this video game distraction at everybody to be like, no, it's video games. Like we haven't had studies for decades that showed absolutely no causal link between violence, video games, and violence in person. In fact, something came out recently, I forget what it was, that 80% of killers aren't interested in video games.
Yeah.
It's just an atypical person. It's something wired incorrectly.
Yeah.
And that's why it impacts a lot of things and it causes a person to do something like this. We're not talking about what normal people do on a daily basis, playing video games all over the world. Anyway, the White House made this video to show everybody, look, games are violent. Like we didn't know this already and haven't been playing these games.
But
it's a minute and a half and we haven't watched it yet.
I know. Look at this like-dislike ratio here. Look at this.
Well, that's on YouTube.
So this gives me hope here.
It's hilarious.
But I'm curious to see what they chose.
I'm surprised there's not more views.
To be like, if you think like you're really trying to push an agenda.
I bet they didn't find the goriest stuff. I bet they didn't find the worst stuff. I bet these are not gamers.
This might be like Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty.
It's going to be the most popular games.
I bet it's a lot of military.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's a lot of military.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Okay, here we go.
Shit.
None of these things happen in movies, by the way. You know, we'll just
Yeah,
We'll
that's
throw
true.
that out there. You know, there's definitely not the same kind of things happen in movies.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but he was.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh no! Oh, hey, Death 360 no scope. I was covered in name over there. How you got your video on this on the White House? You was picked out for that. They didn't take out your watermark.
Oh my gosh. That's somebody
awesome.
who's one of our subs and one of our dear friends.
On Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, no Russian.
Oh,
Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah, but the whole
remember.
idea was you're not supposed. Never mind. Oh, and that was because he was you were trying to stop him from killing somebody else.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Well, they just
They
care
don't know the context.
about. Right,
Yeah.
they don't care about context at all. They just want, you know. Now you know what. Now
my God.
you know how you could stop violence in video games.
How?
You just have to give more violent video games to the good guys,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, lots of logic we're going with now.
You need a good guy with a violent video game.
Yes, they know how to handle it
To
and
balance
and
out
deliver the message
The
properly.
bad guy with the video game,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that's the problem. So clearly,
Well,
there's a lot of Call of Duty in there, a lot of war games.
I feel like they should have put like some ominous like brass music on top, like some really kind of like low.
I don't know what
timpanis.
But who is this for?
This is to
Who the
convince
hell out there does not know
this is to
that
convince
Call of
the
Duty
American
games
public.
are
Yeah.
violent?
Yeah,
Are we kidding me? Like this is gonna educate anybody on video game violence?
I know. And you know what? It's interesting because ever since Columbine, ever since really the beginning of video
Columbine.
games, you know,
Well,
like
they blame
people,
that on Marilyn Manson too.
I understand the need to want to point a finger.
Yeah, of course.
At an easy target.
You're scared.
When
You want to understand
well,
it.
yeah, but also this has a really complicated solution.
Yes.
You know, there is no way.
There's no easy way to do this.
I mean, in our heads, we think that there's an easy solution, but that's politics. We're not going to get into that. But in our heads, I feel like there's an easy solution or an easier solution, but there's too many. I mean, the spectrum of thoughts for everybody is so
Yeah.
great that I feel like it's going to be really complicated for a while. It's probably going to be on a state-by-state basis for a while. But I understand that that's hard, and it's easy to just point the finger and say it's your fault.
Yeah.
You don't want to think about how systemic it is and how many, you know, and all the different factors that go into this issue. You know, it's so. I understand why they would do this. I really, really do. But when it's been disproved over and over and over, like people were, you know, this is such an old issue. This is such an old issue.
But really, gauging public reaction to this, I haven't
everybody
seen a
knows.
single person
Yeah.
reacting to like this, like, yeah, you know what's about time we took down all this violence in video games.
Yeah.
You know, we only started at Mortal Kombat in the
Right,
90s.
right.
Like, that was when this came up last.
Yeah.
And there's been decades of studies that have showed no causal link between violence in video games and violence in real life. And
Right.
it's silly because you're also like, oh, these shootings are all happening in America. That's funny. Everywhere in the world plays these games, Japan, and Europe, and they don't have the same problem.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's clearly not this. I mean, it's clearly not this. And not everyone knows what. And that's why it's difficult, and that's why we need more study in the field of the violence, not in video games.
Right.
How about the violence actually happening? We could study that.
Yeah.
But we can't because there's an amendment that prevents it from happening. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a ridiculous situation, but we wanted to talk about this because it's laughable. I mean, that's pretty close to home with video games. We play a lot of them on this channel, and a lot of violent video games on this channel. I mean, because a lot of them are violent. It's just silly.
It is silly.
And it's
At
so
this point,
clearly
yeah.
just a distraction. You know?
Yeah.
No, we're going to go after this real problem here.
It is,
you know?
yeah,
and
because
whatever.
there's a complicated solution.
Yeah.
You know, there's a really
It's a really complicated
nobody
solution.
and nobody's really sure how to like navigate it.
Exactly.
Because everybody's
That's the
trying
tough part.
not to piss everybody off, you know,
I
and
just keep
everybody's
feeling
just
but
like,
you know what? The other problem
video
with this
games.
is the number one thing that I personally want to change is the Dickey Amendment, which is what prevents it prevents the government prevents Congress from funding studies about gun violence.
Yeah.
You just can't study it. And the problem with that is, I guess where I stop a little bit here is because I keep thinking there's the beginning of your solution. You study,
yeah,
you
you
get
study.
real data, and we make legislation or change policy based on actual data and information, not just crazy things like video games. But at the same time, we already have peer-reviewed studies that show that this is completely invalid. And we still have it on March 8th, 2018. They didn't need to fund it. They didn't do anything. They just had to ignore all the information we already have and say like, nope, this is the problem. So I'm sitting here thinking like, how naive is it of me? Is it naive of me to think that study and actual information and science is gonna matter when it comes to something that's this political, you know, and there's this much money involved.
They would dismiss those peer-reviewed studies as being, you know, bias or having a certain bias or whatever. And then, you know, I don't, and then it's just so easy for them to shelve it that way, you know. And luckily, I think that everybody has sniffed it out.
Nothing's gonna come of this.
No.
Nothing's gonna come of this.
I hope not.
Okay, another thing that happened was a Nintendo Direct, which we didn't get to watch because we weren't at home.
So the power was out.
Yeah, the power was out. But we already used up all our data. We were watching a movie.
Oh, we were so mad.
But anyway, so that happened and we missed it. We didn't see any of this stuff yet, but there's a lot of announcements from Nintendo Direct that a lot of people are very excited about. And we wanted to single some out and watch some trailers. And see what we missed.
I did see a bunch on Twitter.
I saw some on Twitter.
Because I wish that we were able to watch this live. I really do. And that's what happens when you don't get to watch these things live. They get all spoiled on Twitter. So I know that like it's crazy and I'm so excited because gosh darn it, we love that Switch.
Oh yeah, I really love the Switch. And the more time it goes by, I like it more and more.
It's so
I really like that system.
The baby got a hold of it the other day. And just like when it
wasn't even on.
And he just
pushing the buttons.
Yeah,
just
and we
looking
were like,
at it, pushing the
oh,
buttons. It's
man.
like, oh man, he is itching. To do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. You put him on Instagram. Yeah, he was playing with the buttons.
He didn't go away for a while. He just wanted to hit those buttons. And immediately I'm like, okay, what's the like most random button press friendly game I can think of for Switch? And we can put that on there. Like you can just do this and things will happen. Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But okay, so what do you want to look at? Obviously
Super Smash Brothers for Switch, which was inevitable. We knew this was going to happen. It's just finally going to happen now. Okay. Oh, Splatoon's gonna be in it.
No. Oh, I love Splatoon. Oh my gosh. That is awesome.
Are we gonna see any gameplay or is this just an announcement?
Probably an announcement. Maybe. Why did that happen?
Because you pushed the
mouse.
I
didn't think I did, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh.
It's on fire.
Wow.
It's on fire. Oh my god. It's just like, oh, they're all waiting for you.
They're like, come.
You're being summoned.
Yes. Come smash.
All right, I want to see gameplay.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be
fun. We knew
this
this was going to happen. I mean,
of course.
The big reveal there is that it's going to have. Oh, cool, this year.
Yeah,
the big reveal there is obviously that this Splatoon character is going to be in there. So that's cool. That's cool.
Oh my gosh. Cool. Okay, Captain Toad.
Captain Toad!
I want to watch this. What's he does?
Captain
Yes, she
Toad
does.
is ready to explore other systems.
Did you have anything to say else about anything else about Smash? No. Okay. I just interrupted you because I was like,
a variety of tricky sandbox-style levels inspired by Japanese box gardens called
oh, that looks fun as all heck.
This looks pretty cool.
Touch the screen for a better view of hidden treasures.
Oh my god, these make me so dizzy.
And this time, we've included a few Super Mario Odyssey levels too.
Oh, cool.
Now you can explore locales from a variety of kingdoms. Check out New Donk City.
Nintendo's whole way of presenting is
By the
so
way,
like
did you know Captain Toad also
wacky. It's like 1950s like, hey, you want to have some fun today, guys? Everybody, stand up. And everybody's like, oh my god. You know, they're so like,
cover fire. So
oh, cool. There's multiplayer.
Together.
Yeah.
We also plan to release a Nintendo 3DS version with 3D visuals and touchscreen controls. It feels like there's a box garden right in your hands. Captain Toad.
Oh, 3DS though. I think I would want to play this on 3DS. But with the Switch, like, does it even matter?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, there's less of a point every day to having 3DS games because of the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean,
you get that dual screen. That's kind of fun.
It is still going to be slightly different. It could be a very different game.
Yeah,
and it's got the 3D visuals, which, I mean, really, honestly, who really cares? I never cared that it was in 3D. It's just a great system with great games. That's the only thing that matters.
I always turned it off.
Yeah, sometimes
I really did. Yeah.
I like, and you had the new 3DS XL, which had it wasn't as deep it was like a more tasteful 3D. And that like actually made it up, like it made it more tolerable and didn't
I
get in
see
the
what
way
you're
because I
saying.
felt like
Yes.
sometimes it got in the way.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it did.
But I
yeah.
do like Nintendo for continuing to support that system, regardless. Even though it's just kind of like, just give us more Switch stuff at this point, man. Oh yeah, Dark Souls Amiibo.
Oh my God.
Because Dark Souls Remastered is coming
You know.
to the Switch, which I'm gonna
Yeah.
get.
Oh my gosh.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to make sure I get this thing, but I
That
love
is
that they have
amazing.
an Amiibo. Totally gonna look for that.
Oh my God. And you know what?
Freaking
I
Soul Lair of
don't.
Astoria.
I know. You know what? I
Sora.
don't want to love the Amiibos. I don't because but. Gosh, like something happens in my body if we're
They're
in like
cool. They're
Toys
just
R Us or
figurines.
Target
I mean,
or something. But you know what?
I never
love them.
actually used
I
them
love them
in any games though.
I've used them a couple times.
It's been a while. I've never
but
used
it's
it on
been a while.
Switch.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've ever used one on the Switch.
I don't think we've used them on Switch. No.
No.
But you know what?
And there's
though?
several games that I have that I know support them. Apparently, do pretty cool stuff. I'm
Yeah.
upstairs playing it. All the
I
Amiibo
know.
are down
we
here.
have
so.
them. We have them on a bookshelf over here. They're all out. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've seen it behind us in vlogs and things. So we have them all out, and I just love how they look. I love like the stories behind them. You get like a little bit of nostalgia. I'm like a figurine person. I like
Yeah.
a lot of knick-knackery. So like we have bookshelves and stuff around the house, and I'm always putting little like weird things around. And you've been very, very nice about it. We've got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
We really, really do. A lot of people, like sometimes if people come over, like they start looking at them and all of that. So I have that same thing with the Amiibos because, you have the gaming attachment to them. So I love them. And I really want to get this one too because that's just freaking fantastic. Go
Little
for it.
Nightmares.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool. Little Nightmares come to Switch.
Cool. Oh, we have to catch up.
That's a
on
good game
that.
for Switch.
Yeah, that's great. I'll tell you what though, I bet like if you played that in the dark before bed.
Oh, that could be
bed,
creepy.
It would be creepy.
Well, Outlast is out for Switch now too, I think, right?
Yeah.
So they've been putting, I think so. If it's not out, I'm pretty sure it's coming, but they're
Yeah.
putting legit scary games on Switch.
There's something about playing a game on a handheld in the dark in bed.
Oh, yeah.
And just kind of like crouching down like this. So to play a horror game like that, I bet would be really interesting.
Might be cool. Yeah. Oh, Okami HD's coming out on Switch? No way.
Oh my
I have
gosh.
tried so many times
To get that going.
to get that going.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time playing the Wii version, and I remember getting stuck somewhere, and then I was just like, I'll come back to it, and I never went back.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that deep into it. I was several hours, but
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty long game.
But you liked it.
I really liked it.
You did. I remember you saying
So
how
this
much
is
you were
another
liking
excuse
it.
to try it again, try to get
Yeah.
back into it again.
Good. Oh.
Oh, Undertale is coming to Switch.
Oh no.
And we never played it.
Oh my God. What
We
a
never played
like volatile couple of months that was. Year that was. Where we were getting like, if you don't know, if you weren't with the channel before then, Undertale came out and it just like took over YouTube, I'm sure you know. And we were in the middle of another series or something, and we were like, oh well, I guess we'll pick up Undertale when this series is over. And halfway through that other series, I wish I remember what it was, people started posting like spoilers and getting like nasty, like, why are you not playing Undertale? And then saying like, make sure you do this when you play like these big things. And it turned into like this big thing. So we decided to not play it, and it settled down after a while.
Yeah.
You remember that? It was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe Switch? No, probably not. We should play it on our own.
I still want to play it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to play
I am
it.
scared to death of like the fan base.
Oh,
I
whatever. It's
am.
just YouTube.
I am.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
no,
just
but
you
I think
comments, you
just like
can't, you
in
know.
general. But like
Yeah.
every once in a while, there's a game out that's like that. You know what I mean? Where there's a game where it just has like a toxic fan base all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then that's enough to really just turn me off from a game.
Yeah.
But I feel like we may be missing out on something amazing.
I think we definitely are.
Yeah, I think so
It sure
too.
looks like it.
Yeah. I heard it was like unbelievable, but
Yeah.
I'm like scared of it. It's like The Ring. Luigi's Mansion Remake. Hey!
Oh, I never played the original one of this one.
That would be fun.
Did you play Luigi's Mansion?
I did.
I did not.
I liked it. Our nephew
Oh, but it's for
was
3DS.
playing it. Yeah.
Honestly, at
Really?
this point, I'm only interested in Switch.
Really?
I haven't picked up the 3DS in a long time.
yeah.
You know?
You know what?
Long
Neither have
time.
I.
Yeah, long
Neither
time.
have I. Yeah. Mostly out of time. I think if I had the
you have
time,
to be very picky
I'd
about
open
when
it up.
you know,
yeah.
if there's such a small window of time to play something, gotta be very picky about what it is. And the 3DS just hasn't beaten out
Yeah.
the PlayStation or the PC or the Switch,
Right.
for a very long time, you know,
Right.
honestly. So I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting excited about it anymore. You know, because the best games, and you play the Switch like it's a handheld.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I was playing
Pretty
3DS, I'd be like, why don't I just go pick that thing up right
pick up
there?
the Switch,
you know?
yeah.
So
It's
it's
a
really
cool
hard to
little
use
thing.
both of them anymore.
Good.
All right, that's what we're going to look at for Nintendo Direct this time. There's a lot more stuff, though, so if you want to
Yeah.
see the other things that were announced and the trailers for them, links in the description. Go check them out.
Of course. There's a lot of really cool stuff. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I really like them, though. I've always loved Nintendo.
Yep.
Everybody's got, like, such a soft spot.
You okay?
So it's time for the subreddit of the week, which is Cade, which is
Cade?
people who have an interest in arcade cabinets, arcade game cabinets.
Okay.
Who restore them
Yeah.
and find like cool ones in restaurants and things like that and say, look at this, you know? And it's so freaking cool. Look at this. So I went to, of course, Top of All Time. And it says, in my garage, I call it Little Tokyo. Look at this.
Oh my God. That
You
is
know
so
what I
cool.
mean? Like, I would love to do that.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, like you think every once in a while, like if you had an infinite amount of money
Yeah.
or whatever, like what would you do? What would you get? And I really could see wanting to like collect these.
Absolutely.
You know
yeah,
what I
I'd be
mean?
all over this.
Look
I
at,
loved growing up in arcade.
Yeah.
There's nothing cooler to me when I was little than an arcade. Nothing at all. It was
Yeah.
the coolest place in the world.
Yeah. Look at that Donkey Kong in a barrel.
Oh man.
That is so cool. But yeah,
That is great.
there's something about arcades, and it's a shame that they're really not around anymore.
No,
because it
the home
was like
systems
a,
match them now. You know.
But it was like a sensory overload. There was all kinds of noises, and like,
Yeah.
it was very very busy. You know what I mean? It was a
Right,
really
as
cool
a
place.
fan of video games, at the time it wasn't close. Like the best version of every game was in the arcade.
Yeah.
No matter what, you play the NES version, the SNES version were always like dumbed down versions.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play the real thing, you had to go to the
You had to
arcade.
yeah, that's
so that was
true.
always the allure.
I totally
like,
forgot about
I'd play
that.
like Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo or
That's
Genesis and stuff like
right.
that. I'd be like, okay. But if you
Yeah.
go to this arcade and play it, it
Yeah.
was way better.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until the first PlayStation where I played a game that matched it. That was Mortal Kombat 3.
Right, right.
Which blew my mind that you could be at home playing a game that was exactly the same.
Right.
And that was when they all lost their luster. I didn't have to go in anymore, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, for
but
sure.
like, but before that, on these games that we're seeing here, like Street Fighter 2, 1942,
this.
the
In a
best
hotel.
versions of these games.
Can you
Oh,
imagine
that
going
is
in a
so
hotel
cool.
and seeing that? I'd be like, ah!
That's amazing. Yeah,
Look
I would
at
love
that.
that.
Oh, I love these.
Also
wow,
fantastic.
that is so cool.
So what are all these like these arcade cabinets? Like people have the same kind of, a lot of them have the same kind of cabinet. It's like a new kind of custom cabinet, but maybe it's like
Oh,
a standard.
wow.
Oh, that's sweet.
That is cool.
Oh, it's
Look
even
at
got
the
speakers
thing.
in it?
Wow. Yeah, a lot of people who make them custom,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah, she wanted her own arcade. Mine was too big. Oh my gosh, no way.
Oh my God.
How cool.
That is so cool.
So, like, I know there's just this whole group of people in here who, what do you call it? Who just like arcades.
Oh my God.
Things like that. Ah!
That's freaking crazy.
Look at this little girl. Look at this lady's
Is this
side
Cruising
boob.
USA?
I think so. Yeah, because I remember I remember this front. I remember the flag.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, my dream game today.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
This is so cool. Bucket list for me. Oh, look at that, right next to
Wow.
snowblower. There you
Yeah.
go. You got to take care of.
Right? My mancade. Wow. That is so freaking
Wow,
cool.
those are old
you
school
know
too.
What?
Those
Yeah.
are even almost slightly before my
Burger
time.
Time!
I love Burger Time, but I
Burger
played it on
Time!
NES. Those aren't the games I was looking for when I went to an arcade.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
my generation was the midway generation, like with Mortal Kombat, with NBA Jam.
NBA
You know,
Jam.
I remember the 4-player X-Men game was the first time I saw
Yeah.
more than 2 players in one.
Yeah.
The Simpsons arcade, the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh, the
Turtles arcade
Simpsons
games.
one. Yeah,
like
the
those
Simpsons
are the
one was a
ones
big
that.
one.
And like
Yeah.
and like Marvel vs. Capcom
Yeah.
when that was in there.
Yeah.
Virtua Fighter. Yeah, I don't know. So
Yeah.
cool. I mean, my
really
bucket
good.
list though for me is to get to put a PC in an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
And make a MAME emulator in there, which just has all the arcade games and get an actual
Right.
like real good solid joysticks and buttons. And
Yeah.
have 2 of the controllers on there, and you can just pick the arcade
beat it
games
up.
and just play the
Just
like
get
actual
it.
arcade versions of the games.
Yeah,
You know,
that's really
One of
cool.
these days I'm gonna do it.
You
One
know
day.
what?
One
You
day
know
I'm
what
gonna
I
do it.
did? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna tell you this. Oh my god. That's why we're friends. So I was like really into arcades. I'll keep this short. Don't worry. I know this has been long, but I was like really into arcades. Like we go to the beach every summer. There's arcades up at U2 down
Yeah.
the boardwalk
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
That was like the mall.
That's what I
They
think
were
of
all
when
in
I
the
think
mall.
of going to arcades. I still think of walking on the boardwalk.
Yeah, we're going to the boardwalk, right? Same.
And the mall.
So,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, you know those games in arcades where it's like, all right, it has a bunch of the coins, usually, or like the tokens, or sometimes it's quarters, and there's a shelf that just pushes these quarters.
Oh yeah.
Just front and back, and then you
It's not a
enter-
video game.
It's
It's
not
just-
a game.
yeah.
It's just this thing, and there's all these quarters that are kind of like stacked up on top of
Yeah,
each
that are
other.
tokens.
Tokens, yeah. And it was this, and sometimes people would say like, oh, they're glued together or whatever, but you would control dropping another quarter or token on top of this pile, and sometimes they would cascade over, and you'd get a ton
You'd
of
be
tokens.
the last one that like straw that breaks camel's back, and it would just push
and they
everything
would all
off.
crumble.
Yeah.
And I got good at it.
You did?
Because there was somebody playing Jurassic Park, and I wanted to play Jurassic Park, and I was waiting in line.
Yeah.
And I was waiting in line next to this thing. So I started, and oh my gosh, I got good at it.
Yeah.
So maybe about 2 summers in a row, I wasted playing that stupid coin game, and I missed like this good, awesome chunk of games because I was playing the stupid coin thing.
Yeah.
And then it reinvigorated itself. I went in Dave and Buster's one time, and they had one, and I was like, it's my
So I
coin
remember like
game.
waiting till like
So bad.
push back and then dropping one so that it was flat on the ground, and then we'll push the other row forward when it went forward.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. This one had like a little arm that you could kind of control or whatever,
okay.
and drop it over a certain area and everything.
Okay.
I got good at it. I had all kinds of like, cheesy stuffed animals and stuff. I was like,
Just get tickets, because it would give you tickets. I wanted the quarters. You put quarters in there, but it would push the quarters off. But if you got the casket of quarters, you just got tickets back.
Yeah.
It wasn't like gambling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't like a slot machine or something like that. Yeah.
So the next thing we're going to watch is Tommy Wiseau has a new movie coming out. I just made it big, called Scary Love, right? So last night we watched The Disaster Artist last night.
Yes.
Because we were at my parents' house and we downloaded it and everything, and or streamed it rather. And oh my gosh, was it good?
It was great.
So
I loved it.
If we've got to talk about it on a stream or something like that, because it was so good. If you've seen The Room, you should see The Room beforehand.
Yes.
And then go see this. So we were talking about The Disaster Artist all day, and we came back and saw that Tommy Wiseau had tweeted that one of his trailers is coming out for this.
Yeah.
So for this movie that he's made now, called Scary Love.
Scary Love.
So we'll look at this.
And Tommy
Let's see
Wiseau.
what this is about.
Let's hope we're getting good old Tommy Wiseau out of this.
And I think I want to read that book too.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do,
It was really
because
good.
he's really I'm fascinated by him.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Oh, this music.
Out of the rubble of a failed industrial world
They have that
comes a
dude's
man
voice.
destined to change the future. Scary Love, starring Tommy Wiseau.
Looks like Scary Lou.
I was just gonna say that. The Scary Louie. The shades. Oh. Oh. That's it.
I used to love you. I used to hate you. What was the laser sound at the
I
end?
don't know.
Well,
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Look, genuinely
Yeah.
can't tell if this is real or a parody. I don't really care either way.
No,
My hypermate
yeah.
doesn't change.
this is definitely not a parody, though. I mean, like,
No.
knowing this dude, he's just a strange guy
Yeah.
who's got these ideas, and he's got way too much money so that he can implement them.
Yeah, like
most
that's-
people that have the ideas that are generally this bad,
Right.
never get enough money to make them happen.
No.
So we never see it. But this
Right.
dude's independently wealthy.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
a
makes
big
these
part.
terrible movies.
Yeah, that's a big thing about all of this, and it was a big part of The Disaster Artist is he's funding all of this stuff for The Room, and nobody knows where he's getting his money
Yeah, they're
from.
not quite sure about
He's
it.
like
if it's
independently
I thought
wealthy
maybe it was like
and
a
weird.
settlement because he
and-
talked about a car accident.
Yeah, he said he was in a car accident. Yeah, so
Oh no,
yeah,
they
maybe
said he was
did
like
get
doing
a-
real estate. I think he like
Yeah,
ended up
like
getting into
some
real
people
estate.
tried
and it
to
worked out.
dig
Yeah.
and maybe found out a couple of different options.
Yeah, he
but
just doesn't want
has,
anybody
like-
to know that.
He's an alien. But he
an
doesn't
alien.
want to. He doesn't
That
want
would
anybody.
not
does
shock
it.
me.
I know. Like nobody knows how old he is. Nobody knows where he's from. He's very like
People
vague
like
about
they
it.
like they think they figured it out, but nothing's ever been completely corroborated.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I
part of
can't
the
believe like
mystery,
where's his
man.
family that like There's no
Yeah.
family. He's just a dude on his own, so there's nobody that really was
Yeah.
around when he was younger to talk about his childhood or anything like that.
Right.
He just doesn't tell anybody.
And in The Disaster Artist, though, James Franco really...
Oh, he killed it.
He did such like an amazing... I don't even want to say an impression or whatever. It's like he was...
No,
it was
he
like
really
watching
seemed
him.
like he
like inhabited
him because
him, yeah.
it seemed like there were things that even he was riffing just in what Tommy's style of existing is, and it was completely believable. So
Yeah,
it was great. I really liked that
Watch
movie.
it
I
if
mean,
you
it was
can.
hilarious,
Yeah.
but I
was
thought
funny.
even beyond being hilarious, it was just genuinely good.
Yeah, it was
You know?
really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I think I want to see Scary Love. We have to watch it.
Yeah, now
We
I
have to
kind of,
watch
it's
it!
weird. I mean, I know it's
Come
kind of
on, man.
masochistic, but yeah, you
Look at
kind
that.
of have to now,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna and look like people now. It's like the new Rocky Horror.
It kind of is a new
Look at
Rocky
this.
Horror.
So now
yeah.
everybody's going to midnight showings and they're all dressing up and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Because oh my God, The Room is, oh my God. Don't watch it with like your parents
No.
in the same, like within a mile of your parents.
No.
Because it is
You'll know
like,
within 5 minutes
oh
of why
my
not.
God.
Yeah.
It's like softcore porn almost.
It kind of is.
You know, it's-
But then it suddenly isn't anymore.
Yeah, then it suddenly isn't.
It's the
Right.
weirdest movie.
I know.
I mean, it's
you really
weird.
should watch it if you can.
It's weird.
So the last thing we're going to talk about is today, right when we got home and our power went back on, we found out that Martin Shkreli was sentenced to 7 years in jail.
Yeah, the Pharma bro.
Yes. So if you are unfamiliar with Martin Shkreli in a nutshell, he acquired a drug that's given to AIDS patients and the elderly and things like that. So it says in 2015, the youthful executive made headlines after he founded Turing Pharmaceuticals, bought the anti-parasitic drug Daraprim, and raised its price by 5,000% to $750 per
I mean,
pill.
this is
Just 'cause he could,
such
yeah.
a microcosm of a problem with the whole industry.
Yeah.
And
And
he just
could
went
do
out there,
that. It's legal.
but he was so like arrogant about it.
He was.
I mean, he was like, yeah, I did it. Look at me. I did it. Look, I did it
Yeah.
right now. I just screwing these people just to get some money. And he was just coming
Right.
out and saying that.
He was.
He was like a
nasty.
comic book villain.
He was.
Kind of. It's like, what is wrong with you,
is,
dude?
not
yeah,
was. Yeah,
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
And he's getting punished for it because I mean, he did the whole because I can thing, but you really can't. It's not a very well regulated industry,
Right.
But that's still that's still not something you're allowed to do in the
Right.
industry.
Well,
at least that poorly.
Yeah. Well, he also instigated like a Ponzi scheme going on,
Yep.
and that's actually why he went to jail.
Oh, that
Because
was what it was
sending
for.
fake account statements to investors while concealing huge losses from 2 hedge funds he ran. So he just kept taking all this money, and then this is also what like pissed me off about this guy is that Wu-Tang was selling one album.
This
They
is
were
just
willing
tells
to
you
sell
everything
it
you need to know
to
about this
one
dude.
person, and he bought it. So the cool thing about this is that they have to seize his assets, including the Wu-Tang Clan album. So maybe we'll get to hear it. I don't know. So yeah, he paid $2 million for it when that whole thing came out. So he's the only one who has heard this new Wu-Tang album.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, of course he bought it. But his name was everywhere for a while, and now he's in trouble. And,
But
it came
funny,
back
like,
around for him.
It's like, of course, if he's doing something so like outwardly and arrogantly that should be illegal,
Yeah.
you know he's going to be doing things that actually are illegal, like this Ponzi scheme crap.
Right.
So, and the dude got punished for it. He got caught. Now he's going to jail for 7 years. I mean, it's probably going to be white collar prison. This is just like
it's gonna be
financial
kinda
crimes,
cushy,
you
And he cried. He wept. They said he was like openly crying at his sentence.
Dude, I mean, my
Yeah.
God. I mean, he was a bright person to be able to get to where he is.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the actual self-awareness to realize this is not only wrong, you're going to get punished for it.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't put that together. So yeah, then go to jail for a while, man. Nobody's
I'm
going to be
with
crying
you.
for you, dude.
I know,
Sorry.
I know, but it's a horrible, horrible thing to do to somebody is
Pharma
to
bro.
raise the Pharma bro. I know. I'm the Pharma bro.
Tells you everything you need to
I buy
know.
Wu-Tang. Yeah, he was. I think his arrogance really was so.
Yeah, that's what did it.
Yeah, because he was doing interviews and they were like, "Don't you care that somebody may die because they can't get your drug?" And he was like, "No, it's not my problem. I don't think about them. If they don't have the money, they don't have the money. It's not my problem." I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, dude. Wow, you need to slap in the face.
Well, he just got it.
Now he just got it. Exactly.
Yeah, he just got it. All right, that was this week. BS on the
Yes,
Internet.
that was a long one.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you
so
for hanging
much.
out with us this time. And
Yes.
if you want to check out anything we talked about, links are in the description.
Of course.
If you like this video,
Uh-huh.
please support us on Patreon. Click like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.
Never change. Never change. She's gonna make a great partner one day. She's gonna go through your phone. I'm just reading your text.
You're gonna get so much of the girl talk too much in the comment section of this episode. Like so much. It's gonna.
Take a hit.